Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrandor, and we continue the journey home, where Ineffa has run off into what I presume to be a Fatui-infested ruin. After all, the husband, who was apparently a Fatui agent, decided to run in here. Oh dear. Temple of Cascading Colors. Shipikak Katajin? No idea, and I'm not pronouncing that again. The source servant once offered up flowers and candles to the Eighth, but now all the flowers have withered, and the candlelight has died away. The empty winds still whisper unheard stories of the past. Alright, Hydro-Electro recommended for this. So we'll go with this team. Farina and Ineffa providing Electro-Hydro. Kokomi for healing through Farina's effect. And Alhaitham to get some Hyper Bloom going. Yeah, I found out that Ineffa's Lunar Charged actually does work with Hyper Bloom. I was thinking it might not, but it counts as a form of Electro. Therefore, it works perfectly. And with Farina and Kokomi, we get plenty of bloom reactions off Alhaitham. Now to see what we're in for.
Ah! There she is! Ineffa! Wait for us!
Uh-oh. Automatons are moving. I wonder, are they going to give us a trial run with Ineffa? That would make things a bit convenient. But we'll see.
Ineffa!
Huh? Where is this? Are we inside the territory?
Yeah. Did you black out or something? You just took off!
Cognition module unstable. Attempting to refresh. It appears that it was accessed by an external source.
Sorry, it was me. I summoned her by similar means to those used by the Fatui to control the automatons.
Who are you, and why are you doing this?
Currently, I am but a lowly service bot. But in the distant past, I was known by another name. The Eighth Sovereign Ruler. The priestess of floral candles and skyborn feathers.
The Eighth Lord? You're Lianka's dragon mother? But weren't you,
Eighth Lord. Were you not executed?
Moments after I was cursed, Lianka rescued me. Just as she tried to rescue you from the ruins of the battle.
Lianka rescued me? Memory. Missing.
Yes, Lianka changed your memory settings to make you forget. But she did it to protect you. It is the only way our kind could escape from the curse.
How does forgetting everything protect me?
Because the curse placed on us is a pain triggered by certain memories, hardwired into the depths of our minds. A regulatory program that cannot be removed.
Manufacturers often hardwire restrictions like this into autonomous machines to make sure they operate as intended.
Each time you yearn for a new place to belong, each time you feel yourself turning your back on the past, the pain tears you apart, doesn't it?
If she truly harbors pro-human sentiment, then for every ounce of goodwill she feels, may her mind be flooded with pain of immeasurable proportions.
It destroys your mind, swallows your soul, prevents you from finding a new home.
Malfunction who betrayed us all. You dare seek a place to belong?
That's why forgetting everything grants temporary relief from the pain. It stops your mind from being crushed by the weight of the conflict within.
So does that mean that both Ineffa and her robot companion are the Eighth, the priestess of floral candles and skyborn feathers? They did mention that they met the Eighth and some of the others ended up being split and reduced to multiple pieces. That would certainly explain why Ineffa is suffering the same issues as the Eighth. Or does it? Is she actually the 11th still?
But since you were rebooted, you began storing new memories and started finding the desire to belong emerge once more.
Things were fine at the start. You'd occasionally forget to pay for your groceries or add salt to a dish you were cooking. But that was as bad as it got.
From now on, your name's Ineffa.
So too has the Exile's curse resurfaced, forcing you to forget all over again.
This is a lot to process.
You cannot actually live with a curse like this. If you can never form new memories, you'll be endlessly drifting until you're destroyed. And you'll never be able to form a lasting bond with anyone or anything. You can't live life that way. So tell me, priestess, who cursed Ineffa? Am I right to think that Ineffa and you are both part of the Eight? Or... they mentioned the 11th also went insane. Is that what this is?
Automated defense system activated. Privileges overridden. Come quick. Stop the futility.
Hey! Please finish what you were saying!
It's gone silent.
What now? Find somewhere where the signal's better?
It must want us to go further in, right? Well, looks like there's no going back now anyway.
This is just a secondary access tunnel. If we make it to the center, there should be other routes out of the territory. Please come with me. It is my fault that you're trapped here. I must ensure your safe return.
Oh, don't look at it like that. We gotta make sure you get back safely too.
Whether that's back to Natlan, or back to Nod Cry, you have people waiting for you.
Yes, I too must return.
And as expected. And cure. Oh, they're not gonna let me check. Usually, if I checked, the trial character would usually be Constellation 3, with the R1 version of their signature weapon.
Yeah.
So, I'd assume.
Do you really trust her, Leonka? This malfunction is part of the Sovereign Ruler's mind.
I trust not in her, but in the path that I have chosen. I believe that every conscious being, whatever its origins may be, has the right to freedom.
Priestess's Records 1. Okay, we'll see if I can read through this. The names, I fear, I may mess up. Awaj Kumilal Khan stormed into my laboratory in a fit of rage. He interrogated me, demanding to know if I had taught the humans how to use phlogiston. I assuaged his fury with Ineffa berries and asked what had happened. According to his account, it seems that a human colony near Kumkarakaj has mastered the power of phlogiston and begun to expand. In the last 3 months, they've raised over something villages, sacrificed roughly something human victims, and clogged the river Salams, very flow with discarded. Oh, that got rather grim quick. Human sacrifices, and now they're literally blocking rivers with the dead. Ugh. Their leader claims to be the successor of Chalk. Or Ka. No, I have no idea how that's pronounced. I'll go Ch to start. Of Chalk. Swearing to end the age of dragons and to unite the people of Natlantia under a single banner. Oh. Rakratilk Obala Kalalahun quelled the uprising in 2 days. The would-be conqueror was drowned in his own bath by his most favored consort, a captive turned killer. Leaderless, the tribe collapsed into internecine strife, yet the secrets of phlogiston had already spread, now utterly beyond containment. Humph. If you, my lord, with your tender heart, have not sanctioned this folly, then the only one mad enough to dare would be Awaj. Come to think of it, Awaj, are you a how? The spelling and length is a bit too close. Just flip the J and the W and it's a how. Awaj did not finish his sentence, muttering under his breath as he left. Truth be told, he likely concerns himself little about humans mastering phlogiston. His fury stems solely from the crudeness of their methods, a blasphemy against his life's work. But I care. I cannot comprehend why Kukulkan, or it must be him after all, no other would do such a foolish thing, would hand phlogiston over to the humans. I can understand his antipathy for these tiny life forms brought by the usurper from beyond the sky, but I cannot comprehend his use of this method to lure them into destroying themselves. It is like handing a rusty knife to a wailing infant, all too vicious and all too cruel. What outcome could he possibly expect, save for suffering and death? I met with Kukulkan in private, and asked him about his intentions. As usual, he remained enigmatic and aloof. He coldly denied all accusations. He claimed that I was not truly concerned about how this matter harmed the interests of dragonkind, and that an opportunistic attempt to grab power drove my belief in such absurd slander. So infuriated was I that I burst into laughter. After refuting his accusations with a few choice words, and without even finishing my Ineffa berries, I departed. He is always like this. He scorns his kin, mocks his bloodline, and never shares his thoughts with other dragons. Yet he resents them for failing to understand him. But if he refuses to speak his mind, how could anyone ever fathom what he truly intends? Our sovereign's indulgence toward him knows no bounds. So much so that he can no longer distinguish right from wrong. Whether his actions were just or misguided, the Sovereign would always respond with gentle agreement, and precisely because of this, his unease only grows deeper. No matter which path he takes, he is always met with the same tender light, leaving him utterly lost as to which road he truly walks. In the end, his suspicions toward his kin are nothing but reflections of his self-doubt. I pity him. So hold on, they eat Ineffa berries? I was under the impression that the sovereign rulers were AI programs in machines, and yet they speak of them as if they were flesh and blood.
Another barrier! Just like the one back at the entrance. Careful! Don't touch it!
Well, it's coming our way, so what do we do now? Yeah, I'm a bit confused. Are they giant AI constructs, or are they flesh and blood creatures that eat and drink like everything else? Alright, let's get over the route. Yeah, I'm a bit confused by that.
The curse will bring you pain, and your memories will crush you. It's the same fate they subjected my mother to.
But with this core, you will forget everything for a while. Any memories that evoke a desire to belong, and all your pain along with it, they'll be...
Just like her mother. So the 8th... Wait, that was... Ithaca. I still am not fond of that name. So hold on, Leon... I thought it was Leonga who was raised by the 8th. Ay. Priestess's records 2. The consequences of the phlogiston theft worsen by the day. Most of the other rulers allow humans to use phlogiston to kill and conquer each other, some even encouraging them to commit more atrocities. They seem to see this as an effective means of controlling the human population. Or perhaps they derive mere amusement from it. The flood of refugees surging northward grows ever larger, and the tidings they bring grow ever more horrifying. The chieftain of Kakopinik offered his daughter in marriage to the leader of Kulhua, hoping to win their allegiance, yet the Kulhua instead cut out her, sacrificed her to, and marched upon their villages, for their food stores were more abundant. They do not understand how we extract vitality from blood, yet they ape our ways nonetheless, offering up meaningless slaughter to their imagined gods. I spoke with Kemonel. Even she felt a pang of reluctance, though her pity was not for humans, but for her own kin, now reduced to mere beasts. More and more humans have been taming bishops, turning them into tools of slaughter, for even stripped of their intellect, their claws and fangs still rend flesh with ease. Thus, Kemonel has sought to ally with those humans who yearn for peace, hoping to harness their souls to weave an eternal, blissful dream realm for the dragons of her domain. Even the unfortunate fallen might shed the forms that imprison them, and find happiness and solace within this dream. Hold on, are we talking about the Night Kingdom? That's kind of what that sounds like. It is not an unfeasible plan. but her approach would inevitably weaken oversight of human settlements, inviting greater suffering upon these frail creatures who have come from beyond the skies. The sorrow of humankind stems from their lack of hierarchy. Dragons are born to submit to their superiors and command their inferiors. Even if I appeared before them in human guise, they would instantly catch my scent, recognize my station, and obey my orders. For it is the law carved into their blood, their path ordained by nature, for the weak to revere the strong, offspring to follow their sire, and subjects to serve their sovereign. But humans are different. Humans are born to deceive their betters, torment weaker kin, and even betray entire clans, or slaughter the very blood that gave them life, for nothing but selfish gain. Their eyes reflect no path that belongs to them, or if they did, they shall doubtless invent endless excuses to forsake said path. Without proper guidance and restraint, they repeat the same atrocities, never learning from their past misdeeds. Well, immortal dragon, I'm going to have to call you out on this. You cannot blame a child for the sins of their father. Nor can you pretend that every individual human is complicit in the deeds of those who came before them or of those who live beside them. All defilement of life is blasphemy, an unforgivable stain upon our sovereign's honor. Thus, only by elevating humans to stand on equal footing with dragons, forcing them to learn the necessity of the weak kneeling to the strong, and the meaning of their ordained path, can their capacity for violence be utterly purged. I laugh because good luck with that working. It is an idea that has yet to come to pass. Not surprising. If the Reaver from beyond the sky can seal off an entire planet to force humanity into their imposed order, then why might I not seal off my domain in turn? Let it become an impervious refuge. Let nothing within depart and nothing without enter. A closed, ordered system where life's future may be sculpted without flaw. Let this plan be named Xibalba, a title borrowed from the humans of my domain, their primitive myths whispering of an underworld. Should it succeed, neither the sovereign rulers nor the abyssal foe shall be able to breach its sealed laws. A fitting title for an incorruptible sanctuary. The king's waking days grow rarer, and so too do our chances to commune with him. He approved Kemonel's plan, as well as my own. Like Kukulkan, I grew perplexed. What path may bring true joy to our sovereign? What kind of path may allow this land to prosper for 10,000 years to come? I do not know. The Xibalba project is progressing smoothly, but even if it were progressing perfectly, I could not convince myself. If the hierarchy of power has failed to ease our sovereign's suffering, if I cannot, by the wisdom he granted me, fathom how to truly please him, then by what right do I dare ordain a path for all other lives? Perhaps I need to observe the humans more. Humans who have yet to be tainted by their laughable traditions. If there truly is still hope, then... Well, self-reflection is always a good beginning. If you believe yourself righteous in all things, then you are capable of absolute evil. Another headache?
You doing okay, Ineffa? You keep spacing out.
I know. Unidentified data is flooding my cognition module. But every memory encounters an error and then terminates at the crucial moment.
Would it help if we stopped and rested for a moment?
Unnecessary. Being physically motionless will not cause this erratic behavior to cease. And if we explore this place further, perhaps I'll find a way to fully repair myself. Additionally, some of these memories may yield useful data for our exploration. Searching for access method. Over there! We can use the access module to proceed to the central zone.
I'm wondering how our Nodcrime merchant... Oh, hold on. Is this... It's just like the Holy Mountain. Except the sky is broken. And glitching out quite badly over there. Oh, yep, and it's a mini dragon fella, just like the Holy Mountain. Have we wandered into an entire map again? Huh. I was not expecting that. But we'll see. No? The Holy Mountain near the Collective of Plenty. That has its own map entirely. This doesn't.
Wait.
So I'm fearing at the moment that it's just set dressing. We shall see. And what should I call you? Oh, just transportation bot.
Detected 3 unregistered individuals. 1 registered individual.
3? Oh, I suppose... Actually, okay, so Paimon and the Traveler definitely wouldn't be registered. But is the registered one Ineffa, or is it number 8? The robot fella there.
Ah! Is that the 8th Lord talking? So, you can take control of different machines, huh?
No, this is just an ordinary service bot responsible for access management. At least, I think it is.
Now calling access module. Welcome back, Administrator 3.
Administrator 3. Oh. And there's our train, I suppose you could call it. Okay. Might as well go for the head compartment.
This is the Temple of Cascading Colors. Ahead is the research facility, built by Administrator 1. After Administrator 1, Administrator 2 assume control.
Are you sure about using this on her? It once belonged to your mother.
It's just one of the many things she researched. I'm not precious about it.
Administrator 2 sealed the facility. It has been locked down to this day. Examining. Seal status. Danger. Danger.
things are looking really bad for the Children of Echoes. This might be where I have to say goodbye.
You're a good friend, and you've already done more than I could have asked for. There's just one seal left. She and I can handle it.
She? Are you referring to Ineffa? Well, that looks very familiar.
Now arriving at the central zone. Goodbye, Administrator 3.
Yep, I've definitely seen statues like that one before. Yep, and there's a Fatui camp here, too.
Huh? What was that? Get over there and check it out.
Uh-oh! They're gonna find us!
Please come with me.
Ah, there's nobody here. Probably just some server spots chattering away again.
Phew! That was too close. We hit just in time. How did you know where to go, Ineffa?
I think I've been this way before. Let's head through here. It'll take us to the other side of the square.
I was gonna say, we're gonna need a Tatankasaur for that. Ah, but we have another message from the Priestess. Priestess Records 3. After the review, I paid a visit to Jalal and asked for her aid in forging a bow as a farewell gift for my daughter. After telling her why I had sought her out, she remained silent for about 2 minutes. Her turquoise eyes blazed as she replied, "You would do well to remember, 8th Lord, that you are exploiting a kindness I never owed you in the first place. How dare you ask me to debase myself and forge crude weapons for those insignificant humans? Had anyone but the Sovereign or you uttered such insolence, I would have already ripped the blasphemous tongue from their mouth and stitched a new crimson gown for my jades with it. I refuse. I will not entertain this ludicrous insult. I would not deign to reconsider even if you laid 100,000 slaves at my feet." Before I could say anything else, she flew away without looking back. To reject it so vehemently from the start, with her surly temperament, that essentially meant a yes. Hold on, what? All of that amounted to a yes from her? As expected, Jalal secretly sent a source servant to deliver the forged bow, and sent also a message that I might not misunderstand her. This bow was, quote, made by a common dragon craftsman in her territory, end quote. A, quote, shoddy piece made with worthless scrap, and had absolutely nothing to do with her. As she claimed, she truly does not forge any crude weapons. Those jade pieces were treasured she had hoarded for ages, ones that even might not scorch. A shame about the bowstrings, though, as they remained ordinary. Had I known, I would have had her forge a sword instead. Well, no matter. My dearest daughter ought to adore this gift from some common dragon craftsman. I shall give thought to remuneration later. Looks like I was right to think there'd be more obstacles to smash.
Defensive mode.
Strike up! Hold the line!
Here you are.
This passage is only used for drainage and maintenance access, so it's not registered on the system. It's the perfect route for an ambush.
Alright, Takasaur. We needed to get the rest of the way, it seems. Oh. I hope I won't need the Takasaur up here. Well. Ooh, and we just bypassed the Fatui camp.
Wait, I hear voices up ahead. Stealth mode activated.
Hey, this is not what we agreed. This is supposed to be over. My job is done. I did everything you asked. Leaked the clues about the ruins, brought her to Natlan, and your response is to attack me and my family?
What the? Does this mean they planted those Natlanese mechanical parts in Nodcry just for you to find? So they could lure you here?
It's a possibility.
It was just a little hiccup, that's all. These source mechanisms can be tricky to control.
The last time you reported in, you mentioned she was mopping up machines near the Flower Feather clan, remember? Well, we needed to lure her further out. Hence why we created that little kerfuffle.
And that little kerfuffle almost got his wife Amu killed. You wretched thief.
It's unfortunate that your wife got injured, truly. But hey, look on the bright side. Now that you've shown up, we might actually get the job done this time.
This time? No, no more. Not after you hurt my family. I told you, I'm done.
I think you'll find the risks were stated quite clearly in your contract. And it's not like anyone got seriously hurt.
Your job will be done when you deliver what you promised. Our agreement was that you would bring her here, not just to Natlan, but to this facility.
But...
Did you really expect to get away with shouldering none of the risk yourself? We're writing off your debt to the Northland Bank, and letting you get back to your old life in Liyue. That's a lot to ask for nothing in return.
I've been your inside man in Nasha Town for over 10 years now. Is that not enough for you people?
You ungrateful louse. You ran yourself into the ground. And who was there to dig you out, huh? Us! Can you name one single way we made life difficult for you in Nasha Town? Look at you. You've managed to start a business. Got yourself a family.
You have just one simple job left to do. And after that, you're free to go home. In your position, I'd say that sounds like a pretty good deal.
This is the final hurdle. Our attempts to capture the 11th Lord have been derailed every time. But there's only so long until our luck runs out. If another staged attack on your family is out of the question, we could still work this out. But this time, you'll have to do the dirty work yourself.
Me?
This is a replica control device made with Marionette's technology. After we stole the administrative privileges from this territory, we copied them onto this. It will give you control of any machines built using secret source technology. Take it, and use it to capture the 11th Lord.
You seem to have gained the trust of the other variables in this equation. How hard can it be to shake them off and get her while she's alone?
And before you think about disappearing, don't think we won't be watching you.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I can't. I won't do it. She saved my life so many times, it would be the ultimate betrayal. How could I look my daughter in the eyes and act like everything's still okay?
So you're gunning for the world's best father now, are you? A guy like you. You're fooling no one.
This is our mistake. We let you have it too easy in Nasha Town. And now, you've forgotten the most important detail in your contract. The termination clause.
I think it's time we parted ways.
Huh? Huh. Ineffa, Traveler.
You have a lot to answer for, but that can wait. You have to get back Radieta and Amu.
The 11th Lord. And the Variable. We were hoping you might show up.
Wait, the Controller. Without that, you...
You thought we'd hand over the genuine article to you?
Another barrier?
That's just a beacon used to set the location for this cage. We've been monitoring your movements ever since you entered these ruins.
Congratulations, Joshin. Your job is finally done. With you here, it was far easier to infer their location.
You were playing me for a fool this whole time.
Don't waste your energy trying to break out. We've commandeered at least half of the systems in these ruins. All available power sources are keeping that cage intact.
What are you going to do to us? And why do the Fatui want the 11th Lord?
No one needs to get hurt today. We aren't looking for a fight. Especially not with Natlan's Tumaini.
How noble of you. But you haven't answered me yet.
All we want is for your friend here, the former sovereign ruler, to lead us further inside.
Further inside? But we seem to have reached the center already. There is nowhere else to go.
So it appears. But there's far more of this territory than meets the eye. The dragons possessed vast knowledge, and we've barely scratched the surface. That's where the sovereign ruler comes in. If our supposition is accurate, she has in her possession a secret key that gives access to the core.
I will cooperate. Let the Traveler, Paimon, and Dwashin go.
You never know! These are bad people! Don't trust them!
You are only here because of me. Besides, this is what I want. I need to see the rest of this territory and find out who I am.
Finally, a voice of reason. Gotta hand it to the dragons and their advanced artificial intelligence. But unfortunately, there's no way we can agree to those terms.
How do we know you won't just attack us the moment we let you out?
Yeah, so settle down and get ready to go hungry for the next 3 days. Even you, robot, you'll need charging eventually.
Before I go, they may have left a trail on their way here. Send someone out to cover our tracks. The last thing we need is reinforcements showing up.
This is all my fault. Adieta. Amu.
Ah, the 8th is back.
Huh? Who did that?
Impossible! Every system we hacked is set up to hold them back!
Could it be?
Hold tight.
That must lead to the core! It was beneath our feet this whole time? Take this barrier down!
So have we been dealing with both the 8th and the 11th? so far.
No damage to report. But
I think I broke a leg.
Hey, you! Thanks for the rescue, but could you have been a little more careful?
Nope. Why does she have Ineffa's face?
Oh, and we're back to beep beep again? Well, isn't that convenient?
That is because I no longer need to communicate via that machine. Down here, I can talk to you directly.
That voice again. Are you? Yes, you are the eighth, or so you claim.
When the Fatui put all their resources into keeping you trapped, it gave me a brief window to seize my privileges back. In my haste, I was not able to prioritize your safety.
Don't worry about me. I'll just rest up here. After everything I've done, I have no right to hold you back.
but the Fatui may follow us down here.
We will be ready for them.
More automatons!
They don't look hostile. In fact, are they saluting us?
Down here, all is under my control. They are not your enemy, human. They will take you somewhere safe to hide.
Ineffa. Traveler. Good luck.
11th Lord, do you now recall the path you once chose?
Not yet. Although... I think this is where I was born. But why? This is your territory.
No, 11th Lord. You were not born here. Rather, this is where you were reborn. Human, you once asked who placed the curse on the 11th Lord. The answer is... herself.
Myself?
After a long and bitter war, our kind was defeated. You survived, but you are now stranded, with nowhere to belong. Gone was the pride you once had as a member of Dragonkind. Gone was the territory once under your dominion. All of it gone, with no hope of return. What were you to do? Strike back at humanity and exact your revenge? Or search for a new home, a new place to belong? Your mind was conflicted as this irresolvable question ran endlessly through it. Finally, your mind split into two. One, the sovereign ruler who swore revenge against humanity. The other, a malfunction who longed to seek a new home.
I mean, who knows what happens when a manufactured mind goes mad? Maybe she lost her power and memories. Maybe she split into different personalities.
The sovereign ruler would sooner perish than suffer a downfall. And so she placed the exile's curse upon herself and upon you. Meanwhile, the malfunction struggled through the pain to seek assistance from her former enemies, Leonka and Ishkik. That is why you came here, praying to be reborn.
So you want to leave your past as sovereign ruler behind, to start over anew? Very well. If the you wish to sever comprises all memories of your enmity, then I'm willing to trust you.
Then... I am the malfunction? What happened to the sovereign ruler?
We severed that part of her mind, and securely locked it away. Withering away, she finally perished completely, thousands of years ago.
So... she's gone. Without a trace.
Yes, although the curse she placed upon you yet survives. It is unbreakable. That is why it continues to affect you to this day.
So that's what that thing is. A curse from the sovereign ruler.
So, she was severed and killed off, but Ineffa survived? How does that work? Are they the same person? Dragon?
We sovereign rulers are artificial intelligence built with secret source technology. A fusion of phlogiston and information. In the case of the 11th Lord, the sovereign ruler personality and the malfunction personality split all but completely, even coming to occupy separate physical entities. In human terms, they would almost be considered as separate individuals. But in order to truly sever the connection between the two, and to break the power of the curse for good, you must be rebuilt from scratch with the aid of the source mechanisms located here, just as I was before you. I too was tormented by the pain of the curse, but Leonka severed most of my knowledge and memories, rescuing me from the brink of destruction.
If that's true, then how do you remember any of this? And how come Ineffa has forgotten everything?
It is because her heart is incomplete. Before the rebuilding process was finished, Ishkik met with misfortune, and the Flower Feather clan became more hesitant to act. Leonka sealed these ruins to prevent their discovery by Ochkan, and sent you out of Natlan for your own safety. That is why you are still plagued by memory loss. But I continued to work tirelessly, preparing everything you would need, waiting for the day that Ochkanatlan would fall, and you would return.
Wow! That's a long time. How long ago was Ochkan around again? Hold on! Paimon knows this.
For the last 2,000 years. You've been waiting here for me?
Imagine my surprise when the first to arrive was not you, but those whom you call the Fatui. They proceeded to steal my administrative privileges, plunder my territory, and send the automatons into a frenzy. But all is not lost. Leonka made a backup of the administrator privileges and placed it in your core. With that backup, I can control the source mechanisms within the territory and complete the rebuild that she began. And once you are whole again, I can repair the damage done by the Fatui and open a route back to the surface. If you are ready to continue down the path you started all those years ago, then proceed further into the depths, where I will be waiting for you.
Whew, that was a lot to take in. Let's see if Paimon can wrap her head around all that. So, basically, there was a bad robot who bugged out and turned into half good bot, half bad bot. Then, bad bot cursed good bot, so whenever Goodbot thinks about the idea of belonging, she gets headaches. Meaning, the only way that Ineffa can avoid the pain is to keep forgetting everything.
More or less. You got it better than I would have expected you to.
Thanks! Paimon's getting better at this kind of thing. Wait, you did mean that as a compliment, right?
Curse.
Let's go with that.
Malfunction. Belonging.
I don't know if it's worth asking, but could you say whether everything she told us is
true? It fits my hypothesis, and it seems to explain all my erratic behavior and cognition.
In that case, shall we keep going like she asked us to?
I believe we should. The Fatui still have control of the upper levels. Their access must be revoked before you can exit the territory. Besides that, I want to know what happens when I'm made whole. Maybe then, I will finally know where I belong.
And how's your leg doing?
I'm so sorry. This probably isn't the time or place for apologies, is it?
Why did you refuse to cooperate with them? Couldn't you have just played along a bit longer?
It says in my contract that all terms are to expire in the event of my death. That means my family would no longer be at risk. They're hardly the most scrupulous people in the world, but they do keep their word when it comes to contract stuff. And in any case, with me dead, it wouldn't be worth them going after my wife and daughter. Not worth the risk of getting on the wrong side of the Flower Feather clan. Or maybe the real reason I didn't play along was I'm tired of pretending to be someone I'm not. I'm gonna rest here for a while longer, then get to somewhere safe. Please, just go on without me. I've been enough of a burden to you already. Not to mention Ineffa. Oh, and I grabbed some supplies before I set off. They're just over there. All yours if you want them.
I'll take you up on that offer. Very well, then. We can trust the secret source automatons to defend him while we go and sort out Ineffa's problem. I would be curious whether or not Ineffa is still going to be talking all robot-like. It would kind of make sense for her not to, if she returned. Oh. No, that's not good. Yeah, if Ineffa returns to being one of the dragon's sovereigns, then I would expect her vocabulary and her manner of speech to improve drastically with it. But, well, something tells me they're not going to do that. Specifically because they want the robot-made aesthetic and characterization to remain. But we'll see.
Please wait. Confirming. Administrator 1. Deceased. Administrator 2. Deceased. Administrator 3. Identity confirmed. Lifting restrictions.
Alright then. Over the bridge we go.
After 2,000 years, we finally meet again, 11th Lord, Mirror of the Dawning Morn.
And you? You're the 8th Lord? The priestess of floral candles and skyborn feathers?
Ineffa!
It's okay. I've recovered now.
I see the curse haunts you greatly. I cannot fathom how difficult this must have been to survive this endless cycle of pain. And all alone for 2,000 years.
I wasn't alone. I have had company every step of the way.
In any case, a few moments from now, your pain will be no more. Come, 11th Lord, stand before me, and be rid of this curse.
She looks like a boss enemy. And with that tone of voice, I wonder... I wouldn't be surprised if this goes south quick. Having second thoughts... Like I said before, you literally cannot function with your memory being constantly deleted. Especially not as frequently as this seems to be
Here
done.
I am, so close to my destination, yet my thoughts are only becoming more cluttered. I am the way I am because the 11th Lord encountered a memory data conflict and split into two. If I regain all of my memories, will I not encounter the same conflict again? My cognition module cannot produce a reliable prediction.
Know this. Humans can suffer from such indecision as well. And it is not the end for us, either. Besides, returning home is what you've always wanted, isn't it? You can't go home until you remember. I'm afraid there's only one way forward.
Promise me. Remember, you have to come home.
It is. But if my memories turn me back into a bad robot, do whatever it takes to stop me. If that is the case, I cannot be allowed to make it back home.
I will do as you ask. Interesting point of view they've given us. Yeah, like I said, the 8th Lord...
Everything's gonna be fine. You'll be home free in no time.
The 8th Lord up there looks like a boss enemy. I'm beginning to wonder if she's actually the other half of the 11th. After all, we haven't had much combat yet.
Over there. That is the curse?
Yes. For the most part, it has been strangely calm ever since I entered this place. And yet, whenever I'm about to recover an important memory, it suddenly kicks in. Almost as if...
As if it is being controlled by somebody else. That is quite normal. For it is now in the presence of its owner and creator, the sovereign ruler.
The sovereign ruler? My other self? But I thought she perished.
After 2 long millennia, my task is finally fulfilled. What a long journey it has been. We meet again at last. My sovereign, my ruler, mirror of the dawning morn.
Do you think Ineffa's okay? Why isn't she moving?
Here we are, comrades. The core of the ruins.
Bad timing, you lot.
Zoe, they caught up with us! We gotta do something! But Ineffa's still...
I will fight them, Paimon. They will not interfere. What? Ooh.
What the...
Looks like she gained control. But is that a good thing for us, I wonder? Definitely not a good thing for us.
Missed by a hair's breadth. But now you are wounded, and this time you will not escape.
Oh dear. Venti saved us on this one. The power of the Animo Archon, one could say. Could the Traveler survive this?
Why?
No, that's not Ineffa. That is the 11th Lord, the Mirror of the Dawning Morn.
Who says that? The 8th Lord? But why would Leanga's mother attack us?
Leonka's dragon mother? 8th Lord? I laugh in the face of your folly. Lowly insects. Did you humans really think that by forgetting the past, the curse could be escaped? And did you really believe that by simply being rebuilt, that traitor could avoid destruction? And this corrupt malfunction could regain her memories? The priestess is long gone. I and the other sovereign rulers executed her 2,000 years ago. For that is what becomes of all who betray us. And now this malfunction will meet the same fate as she. There is no Dragon Mother here, and there never was. Only one Lord has dominion here, and that is me. For I am the almighty Dragon Lord, Mirror of the Dawning Morn, 11th of the 13 sovereign rulers. Kneel before me.
You tricked us! It was you talking to us this whole time! You who lured Ineffa here, and you who placed the curse on her! It was you all along!
Ineffa? What a suitably ridiculous name. To me, she is nothing but a smattering of shed scales. An operational malfunction that must be destroyed.
So you want to leave your past as sovereign ruler behind? To start over anew?
I applied the curse to curb her resistance, shut down her mind, and silence her lies. Now all that remains is to borrow your privileges and see that she is severed for good.
Very well. If the malfunction you wish to sever comprises all memories of your enmity, then I'm willing to trust you. No living thing is born evil. That's not what I believe. The only ones who do evil are those shackled by hatred, those who were never given the opportunity to do good in the first place.
Good and evil? Foolish categories that fail to distinguish between kin and foe. But she is the rotten spawn of the 8th Lord. Her folly becomes her. I ought to crush this human scum beneath my feet. But without access to the treacherous 8th Lord's facilities, there is no way to sever you. I must feign civility for now. But in time, I shall have my revenge. Once this process is complete, and she realizes that she has destroyed the good instead of the evil, my claws will tear her heart from her chest.
Do you really trust her, Leonka? This malfunctioning part of a sovereign ruler's mind.
You're a good friend, and you've already done more than I could have asked for. There's just one seal left. She and I can handle it. This passage is only used for drainage and maintenance access. so it's not registered on the system. It's the perfect route for an ambush.
Malfunction? Human? You conspired against me?
Consider this getting off lightly. If Lanke was here, or if this was me 20 years ago, you wouldn't have survived long enough to realize you'd been conned. Especially since you tried to con us first. You tried to have this poor child killed off in your place, didn't you? 11th Lord.
Wretched worm! This is unforgivable! How dare you imprison me! And you, Malfunction! Your curse shall endure until the sky falls and the ground crumbles! You will never know peace for the rest of your days. It is time to correct the injustice of the past. I would have severed and destroyed you on that fateful day, but instead, I was locked away by that human scum, Leonka. 2 millennia I have been a prisoner in this place. I have spent that time slowly seizing control over the systems and processes, until my reach extended to every inch of this prison. Now, one last step remains before I can finally break free. The final secret key is embedded in your core. I had to work patiently and methodically to lure you here, posing as the 8th Lord who once ruled this domain. But at last, it is within my grasp!
Mirror of the Dawning Morn, please come with me and return the core.
But all is not lost. Leonka made a backup of the administrator privileges and placed it in your core.
I'll have to figure out a way to repay her for this.
The key in. I will find it eventually, wherever it's hidden. In the meantime, now that my resurrection has begun, so too shall my vengeance! Wretched Malfunction! Do not impede the inevitable!
I cannot let you get away with this.
Ineffa!
You fool! In a matter of seconds, I will be able to overwrite your insubordination!
Seconds is all I need.
What? My core!
Ineffa!
Watching the light go out genuinely hurt.
Ineffa! Hey, Ineffa! Wake up! She's gonna be okay, right?
We can get her repaired. We have to. We need to get her out of here and find help immediately. Oh god, you can literally see the lifeless eye staring at us. That's going to haunt me for a while.
She destroyed her own core? That's an unusual move for a machine.
You're still alive, are you? Kinda wishing you'd been
I wonder
crushed.
how Marionette will react to this. Delight? Or disappointment?
The Fatui? How are you still alive?
Don't act so surprised. I'm just one of her many projects.
What?
As reconnaissance missions go, this outcome is a little underwhelming. I don't think I'll be getting any commendations if this is how my report ends. So let me reignite your flame one last time. Sovereign Ruler, Mirror of the Dawning Morn.
Please tell me I get to kill this man? After everything that just happened, you're going to wake that monster up again? I don't want you leaving this room alive after you do this.
Show us one final glimpse of your glory. The glory of the ancient dragon's technology.
Don't even try. Oh, in that case... Cutting you to bits ought to be fine.
Marionette told us to watch out for you. She said you were an unpredictable variable.
But if you think you're getting out of here alive, we'll see what a crazed sovereign ruler in the throes of death has to say about that.
You would dare sabotage my revival! Destroy my path back to Dominion! So be it! Since you seek a new place to belong, I shall grant you your wish! Welcome to your new home, where we all shall be buried till the end of time! Oh, my sovereign. This is one battle from which there can be no triumphant return. But in this moment of my downfall, I can at least turn this prison into a graveyard of all traitors, past and present.
Is this place collapsing? It's so... Even if we defeat her, there is...
Nope. Looks like I went a bit too quick. Oh, Ineffa.
After 2,000 years in exile, searching and forgetting, we are back where we began. Our path was always going to end in our demise. This shall be the final resting place of the last sovereign ruler.
I am no sovereign ruler. I must return. People are waiting for me.
Illogical. You are not authorized to prevent your self-destruction. No such privilege exists. We are back where we belong. Now, perish in the rubble of these ruins. Last of the sovereign lords.
No. Somewhere in my memories lies the key.
Maybe no single nation is our home.
Where exactly is home to you?
Searching your memories? The curse is still active. This will only hasten your demise.
We're all from Nodcry.
Cross the ocean. Find a new place to belong.
What an amazing machine. Where are you from?
Such a hard worker. Fancy making this your new home?
The Wild Hunt! Look out!
Impossible. Where is this data from?
From now on, your name's Ineffa. Promise me. Remember, you have to come home.
Return.
Data. Overload. Capacity exceeded.
As long as this gem's around, the heart that Ishkik built you should keep beating away. It may take centuries, even millennia, but one day, may your new memories transcend your pain and rage to conquer the curse that shackles you.
What kind of gem is it?
Nothing special, really. To quote my mother, it's nothing but an empty shell now. But if you break free of the curse, then maybe...
Huh?
Nothing. An interesting idea suddenly occurred to me. Let's make this the final secret key.
The final secret key is...
Impossible!
It's Ineffa! Hey! The place stopped collapsing!
Warning. Cannot pause indefinitely. Please complete the battle promptly.
Get right on that now, then.
The core is powered by phlogiston. We can use that same power source to control it. In which case, the priestess's research would suggest that this thing might be a better fit. A moon wheel? That was built by them himself, along with the three gods who abandoned us. Can't be.
Break the shackles you were born with. Transcend the curse you were given. Follow the path of your choosing till you discover where you belong.
Oh.
Cannot be.
Yeah, my team was too good for that. We missed some story.
Farewell. Last of the Sovereign Lords.
Ineffa! Your core! It's fixed! And is that a vision?
Suggestion. Exit first, discuss later. The self-destruct protocol is destroying the foundations of this territory. And although I paused the process, it will not hold much longer.
How long do we have, then?
Remaining time, 30.
30 minutes? Whew. For a moment there, Paimon was worried.
29. 28.
Seconds. Yeah.
Hey, are you guys all right? The automaton suddenly stopped moving. Then there was that earthquake, and now the place seems to have sprung a leak.
Save it till we're out of here. 20 seconds left, let's go.
Cave in. 20 seconds.
Huh? Huh?
A place to belong. I too once yearned for it.
Brought to ruin by your own malice, then. And a How is going to get a stern kicking when I get back, since he could have warned us about this.
Shilonen, how much longer till it's unlocked? We need to get inside ASAP.
Be patient, okay? I'm working on it.
Oh, I thought I was on
Let's trust that
Malika.
the Traveler can handle things in there. Shilonen says she detected a huge energy source underground. We can't just break in or we'll risk endangering everyone in this entire area.
But...
If we're here much longer without any progress, I'll do what I have to.
Oh! You unlocked it?
No, they made it out on
Nope,
their own.
a house here.
We finally escaped! Luckily, the cave-in only affected the lower levels. You alright there, bro?
Oh, good. Sorry to worry you. Although we have a lot of explaining to do. And I haven't kicked How yet.
Another triumphant return for R2 Miney. And Ineffa, it's good to have you back. I assume this means you found the answers you were looking for?
Isn't this also the first time you've met her,
Yes.
Malika?
Huh? Amu? I thought you hurt your leg. How come? Oh.
You! How could you do this to Arieta and me? You lied to us for over 10 years?
Before anything else, I suggest we let this gentleman and Ineffa tell us the whole story.
In the infinitesimally shorter space of time it takes to tell it, the story of one man's 10-year deception and one machine's 2 millennia search comes to a close.
Sovereign rulers, Mirror of the Dawning Morn, Priestess of Floral Candles, and Skyborn Feathers.
Seems like a How's forgotten quite a lot.
I don't know that I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, or assume he has forgotten. He's a malicious little jerk, so I wholly think he did know about all this, and simply chose not
so
to
you
talk.
began life in Natlan, then spent 2,000 years adrift in Nodcry? In an endless cycle of losing your memories and trying to find them.
But it sounds like it took all 2,000 years worth of memories to successfully overload the processing power of the curse.
None of us had any certainty that the plan would succeed in the far future. Not I, not Ishkik, not Lianka. And yet, they still did everything they could to try and help me.
Now you've remembered everything. Do you have a sense of where you truly belong?
Well, I was born and then reborn in Natlan. And it was the people of this nation who set me on my journey. But that's all ancient history now. I can't seek for a sense of belonging in a world that no longer exists. That would make me no different from the Mirror of the Dawning Morn. Instead, I will show my gratitude to them by honoring their wishes. By continuing on my own path, and returning to the place where I still have someone waiting for me.
Well said. I'm happy for you.
So, to cut to the chase, did you find the code for that letter or not?
Alright, the cryptex. That still hasn't been unlocked.
Forgot all about that.
Sincere apologies. A lot of memory data surfaced in a short time frame. I am still processing it. I left the cryptex back at the Flower Feather Clan to make sure that I wouldn't lose it out in the wild. Please come back with me, and we can inspect it.
I'm so sorry that I kept this hidden from you all this time. Now I can't go back to Liyue or Nodcry. The Northland Bank isn't gonna let me walk away from this, nor is the Nodcry Aprishniki. You should take Arieta and go.
Oh, should I now? You think I'm the one that's gonna let you walk away, do you? Idiot! You're coming back with me right now, and you're going to apologize to our daughter.
Looks like you all need some time to calm down after everything you've been through. If you're worried the Fatui are still looking for you, why not camp out at the Flower Feather Clan for now? We welcome everyone, from old friends to old enemies turned new friends. Don't worry about a thing. You've got a whole future to figure things out.
Go
And find where you belong.
I think I've already found it.
I am actually kind of curious to see how our merchant handles life moving forward. Oh, and I just realized we're at the Flower Feather Clan already. Here I thought we'd have to go and travel on over
Here it
on
is.
our own.
The cryptex.
So then, what's the code? Or what about that backup plan that Adieda mentioned?
Please see the casing that holds the combination code discs. The sender had me etch the code onto the casing so that I would not forget it. But I still forgot it.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Seriously? It's been hiding in plain sight all this time?
Yes, the sender said, the most secure code is one that you can write down and no one would think it's a code.
Who is this person?
The sender said, surprises are best saved to the end.
Okay, now your memory's getting a little too good.
Well, let's open it up and see what the message is.
What's with the firecracker? Ugh. Paimon's had enough of this whole letter debacle. Just read it already.
Dear Honorary Knight, I've heard a lot about you. Jean's always singing your praises.
Hold on, is this from Varka? Yes, it is. To the Honorary Knight, the Traveler. Hey there, I'm Varka. If that doesn't ring a bell, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. You certainly have a cavalier attitude, I'll give you that. I've heard a lot about you. Jean's always singing your praises. For all the good you've done for Mondstadt, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's a real shame that I'm away on an expedition and haven't had the good fortune of crossing paths with you. But it seems that fortune's about to smile on me real soon. You might have heard that we've finally settled down in Nod Cry. Well, half settled. The factions here are quite the tangled mess, and a real devil to navigate, but no hardships ever stalled the North Wind. I've met a few reliable companions, and I'm planning to introduce you to them. One of them is the messenger right in front of you. I'm sure you two will be fast friends. As for enemies, well, they're everywhere. We've got the Abyss Order and the Fatui, not to mention loyalties at risk of flip-flopping at a moment's notice. Given your experience, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, now that I can see the bottom of my mug, I'm going to stop here. These words will likely be as dull to read as they were to write. Instead, let's talk more over a glass of wine sometime. See you in Nod Cry, Varka. P.S. If you're really heading over, you'd best lace up your boots. It's a world apart compared to Mondstadt. P.P.S. I forgot the most important thing. Once you're in Nod Cry, come look for me at the Flagship. It's a tavern. I'll look out for you, as the Grand Master should for his honorary knight, am I right? Interesting attitude you have there for a Grand Master.
Anyway, I'm sure this is as dull to read as it is to write. Let's talk more over a glass of wine sometime. See you and not cry. Varka.
I see. The journey home is now complete. And with that, we can collect another nice juicy reward. Extra 60 primos, making a full 120 for this. However, I put this off for so long that I don't actually need these airflow accumulators for Ineffa anymore. I maxed her out a long time ago. But they will still be useful, I'm sure. I think Dahlia uses them as well, and I was planning on building him, so a nice little contribution for him at any rate.
Wait.
Well now, Ineffa, have you anything more to add?
I plan on staying in Natlan for the immediate future. When the time comes, perhaps we can travel to Notcry together.
What can you tell me about Lianka, now that you have more memories
Mir
intact?
of the Dawning Morn wanted control of the machinery in the Eighth Lord's territory. She approached Ishkik and Lianka and sold them a lie. That I was the threat, the part that needed severing. But they quickly saw through it. Lianka took advantage of her arrogance and turned her plan back on itself, using the territory's full power to imprison her inside. She was far more powerful than I at that time. To make sure I wasn't at risk of falling under her influence, Lianka worked on making the prison even more secure, and sent me out of the country. So, that's the true story of why Lianka locked down the Eighth Lord's territory. It had nothing to do with Ochkon. I wouldn't be surprised if she saw him as a friend right until the very end. I plan on staying in Natlan for the immediate future. When the time comes, perhaps we can travel to Notcry together.
What of the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers?
The Eighth Lord. She never betrayed Dragonkind, even though she harbored goodwill towards human beings, and despite facing execution and destruction in the end, she never once doubted herself or tried to escape. Even if Lianka really had wanted to secretly rescue her, I'm sure she would have talked her out of it. Just as Lianka was determined to stick to her own path, the Eighth Lord remained a proud, sovereign ruler until the end of her days. I plan on staying in Natlan for the immediate future. When the time comes, perhaps we can travel to Notcry together.
I see. Well, that clears up one question that I had. I was uncertain whether or not anything of the Eighth Lord remained. Whether or not Ineffa might have been part of her, but no, Ineffa is the Homeseeker, the portion of the Mirror of the Dawning Morn. So what about the moon wheel?
This thing that looks a lot like a vision? Ishkik embedded it in my core as the key to her and Lianka's plan. According to the Eighth Lord's research, it can harness a power source more fundamental than elemental energy. Similar objects have shown up in Notcry before, too. Mirror of the Dawning Morn said it was built by the usurper, along with the 3 gods who abandoned us. But I do not know what she meant. It appears that a crucial memory is missing. I plan on staying in Natlan for the immediate future. When the time comes, perhaps we can travel to Notcry together.
What can you tell me about Notcry? And about Ino,
Having
preferably.
spent most of the last 2,000 years in Notcry, I am well situated to provide you with a full and detailed report on all aspects of this location. Memory damage. Detected. Hypothesis.
Not this
Most
again.
of my memory data was damaged when I used it to overload the curse. Sincere apologies.
Yeah, I'm with Aether on this one. That is the correct
But
expression.
I will never, again, forget the people and things that are most important to me. I plan on staying in Natlan for the immediate future. When the time comes, perhaps we can travel to Notcry together.
No problem. We'll see it when we get there. Ay. Well, that was a roller coaster. And this video looks like it's going to be about 2 hours long, simply because there were no breaks to put on this one. Though admittedly, I rather enjoyed that. And off in the distance, we can see Ochkanatlam. If Lianka still lived here, with the Flower Feather Clan, then she would have been able to see the domain of Ochkan for the remainder of her days. It'd be nice to think that they were still friends for all that time. Oh well. I think I need a break now, to rest after all that. So, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. And, as always, have a good day.